Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in all ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. Great uprising, great uprising, free people. Again, we give thanks for the opportunity to share information accordingly. Now we say our West Indian Dominion heritage and ancestry. Again, we are chosen to present information in order to qualify and clarify a lot of the narrative that we have shared. I remember when I'm on say ahuuah Indian and around this location here, people look at me like I'm crazy. Everybody caught up in this Spanish maroon concept. And for some reason, I can't explain it. It just never attract me. It never resonate with me. Just like early on in our, exposure, when everybody is attracted to the Moors, it just never resonate with me. Look at the information, but it not resonate. When we look at the Israelites, at least where it concerns the Hebrew or the Hebrew tongue, that's what resonate with I. This is when we go research the Paleo Hebrew language, not this new Jewish, addition and enhancement. No, not the new or the modern Hebrew. Because the modern Hebrew come from a non-Hebraic people. These are the people who go around the earth and usurp other people's place. They take everything. So I am familiar and resonate with the Hebrew tongue, not necessarily the religious or the religiosity of the Israelite, concept or ideology. And that is only because our due diligent research and information what we choose to keep. Again, once it not resonate with I spirit, then Managa can appreciate what is being offered, really. So when we look at even the Hebrew language, the Hebrew tongue, we know boy from recorded history when them talk about Adam, we not talk about Anunnaki and all of them things. We are talk about what we can deal with, the modern relative things, The language where Adam did a chant, as they would say, would have come out of the ancient Hebrew line. We know around here as Mayan and Aztec, we resonate with the Sanskritum, which is now called the Sanskrit, over there in Bharat, India of Asia. So, we try to look at a plethora of different kind of information. We not restrict ourselves. And then we do our own basic due diligent search. And again, we now remove ourselves from the spiritual aspect of our function. So once it now resonates spiritually, then we can just cut it off and move forward, irrespective of what it is. Now, we always talk about the West Indies and the West Indians, and as we go forward, we get a little bit more clarity, because we always look at images of the West Indies, but we are limited because of how we were conditioned. And then when information is being withheld from us as a people, then we have to be patient. We have to wait on ones we have the resource and the know-how to access certain areas. And when them do decide to share just a little crumb, a man like me is here for just, you just say expound upon it. Dig deeper and look through it. And whatever I get from it, with us a complete gratitude. Now again, we say our West Indian Dominion, heritage and ancestry. West Indians are non-African. And I'm shouting, yes. Hence is the exclamation mark. The West Indies was used to refer to the lands discovered by Columbus and other European explorers or colonizers traveling west to what became known as the New World or the Americas. Now, I say major islands include Cuba, Xamayakha, what I call Jamaica, Ayti, Espanola, which is what I call Hispaniola, and San Juan, with what I call Puerto Rico. And as we go along, we share the Indian names for these locations. And we say Dominion. The Dominion of the West Indies covers parts of southern North America, parts of Mexico, and parts of northern South America. Yeah. Dominion or dominions. We spread out all over. I love it. Dominions of the West Indies covers parts of southern North America. That is from North Carolina coming down, South Carolina coming down, parts of Mexico, and parts of northern South America. So the southern part of what them call the United States, where we go all the way back through Mississippi, I go all the way back around the Texas side. This is why I'm telling you about Cincinnati, Ohio, same people me say. Yeah, man. So when people create divide, then it's not a problem. We just want to make sure we can express ourselves and we can validate whatever statement or claim we are bringing forward. So when the Maroons can only depend upon the Spaniards for their existence, we are said as ahuuah Indian, as West Indian, as Amerindian, we've always been here. We predate Christopher Colon of the Night of Columbus and all other so-called explorers / colonizers / invaders. We predate all of that. So now we are making an effort to express the true definition of what an Indian is according to the lexions that is out there. Each one teach one, and ones of it choose to learn. For us, we're totally and completely receptive to learning. We have no issues there. This is why we now have an issue, a change course, a correct ourselves, a amend things in order to, maintain the clarity, the honesty, the authenticity. What else is there? And the validity of what we choose to express. Yes. Yes. Now we say etymology. Please take notice of the word Indian used as a noun. It applies to the Western Hemispheric original natives of the Americas. So the item can type in etymology online and then type in Indian, and the item can follow me accordingly. And whatever subtle adjustments I made that where I think it's necessary. When I have a problem, I stop, stick it up, and correct what is being presented out there. This is how we choose to write our own narrative. Where else is it being done? Right here on the rock, smack dab in the center of it all. Yeah, man, we little, but we talawa. Truly, it starts from us and spread out. Yeah, man. Truly. Now, again, it applies to the Western Hemispheric original natives of the Americas. It not even just said America, it not said the United States of America, it not said the United States. And we know the Americas usually refer to a specific area. You understand? Yeah, it refers to really the West Indies area. However, because it's a continental area, supercontinent, then others like the American Indian, the Aborigines, or the Aboriginal, as the European would define them in 1828. They are more northern side. Yeah. And westward side, but we are still one people. And remember, the invaders, I come from the Eastern Hemispheric region, or Northeastern Hemispheric region. The demonic force I come out of the cold area, and it come through and pollute everything and everyone and convince them to do their bidding, put it that way. So when you say the Moors of Spain, there was a hidden hand initiating the activities of those Moors of Spain, of those Arabs, Ishmaelites. There was always a hidden demonic hand, just like what was there in Persia. That dark nature and that energy pervaded the earth. So we said the same word, all right, again, we said take notice of the word Indian used as a noun. It applies to the Western Hemispheric original natives of the Americas. The same word Indian is used as an adjective to describe the present-day Eastern Hemispheric Hindu people of Bharat, India of Asia. Bharat or India of Asia. So we are being specific. Etymologia, late 14th century. This is etymology in Latin. Facts of the origin and development of words. A next definition, analysis of a word to find its true origin. We're talking about etymology. Another definition, study of the true sense of a word. So this is why we use etymology, so we can say these words when it's first being initiated and used, and then we move from there. So we go to the root in order to ascertain the truth. Again, grassroots energy. Now, number one, West Indies, Caribbean island explored by Columbus in the 1550s. Remember them invade 1492? Reflecting the belief or hope that they were Western outliers of the Indies of Asia. The Indies of Asia. Number two, West Indian, which is from 1580s. So we have West Indies breakdown. Now etymologically, now we are breakdown West Indian etymologically, which is from the 1580s in reference to the original native inhabitants. So in the 1580s, West Indian refer to we, the original native inhabitants. And in the 1650s, in reference to the, I add my own thing, usurping European colonizers who have, either say, established themselves here. And by 1928, the reference returned back to the West Indian ancestry. This is the etymological breakdown. So when we talk about African ancestry, those things don't apply to us when we choose to claim our rightful place. You know what I mean? So when we talk about ancestry, we are of the West Indian ancestry, West Indian heritage. And most of my people on the mainland can attest to this. Because most of my people that exist right now at this moment on the mainland can trace their root to the West Indian area. Say it's not so. Someone have to stand up and take control. Too much shenanigans out there. West Indian ancestry. Now, British Parliament and you British colonizers, please take notice. Number three, Indian, used as an adjective, is the inhabitants of India. Remember, adjective describes the noun. So when it's used here, it's in a descriptive term. When a noun is the name of a place or a thing or whatever it is. But as we go along, Indian, adjective, inhabitant of India or South Asia. See that? And this would normally be in bracket. This is how this is in the etymology. Then it's pertaining to India, 13th century. From late Latin, Indianus, from India. So we are talking about Indian used as a descriptive term, adjective. Number four, got to Indian now as a noun. Applies to the Aboriginal native inhabitants of the Americas from at least 1553 as a noun. And in 1610s as an adjective. So in the 1600, 1610, the Spanish and Portuguese people use the word England as an adjective to describe us as a people at that time. On the mistaken notion, all right, in 1610s as an adjective reflecting Spanish and Portuguese use on the mistaken notion that America was the eastern end of Asia. It was also used occasionally in the 18th century to 19th century for of inhabitants, it should be for the inhabitants of the Philippine and indigenous peoples of Australia and New Zealand. So in the 18th to 19th century, the word Indian was used to represent the Australian and the New Zealander and the Philippines. So obviously all of those people resemble or look like us, because it's way down in the 1800 it applied to these people, while in 1580 it applied to the West Indian area. You understand? And in 1550, that's when them a come through and I say yes, name West Indies and all of these things. But what first is usually truest. Now, number 5, so the Old English adjective was indisk, and indish was common in the 16th century. So now I see where the word English come from. Because you look at English and indisk. And all I'm have to do is add E, because in the Paleo Hebrew there is no letter E per se in that language, according to the construct what we create or what we look at. There's no such thing as a letter E. There's no such thing as how them I use that O. People add these things. And when you add or take away from anything, you change it. It becomes hybrid. Once you add to a thing or take away from a thing, it's changed. That's why them say the Bible is a cursed book as is when them translate it into English. You understand? Or transliterate it from its original Hebrew to whatever else. And them say enough to change, enough to add, you know what I mean? Else it's judgment. So we choose to take our time and apply ourselves and work, with our due diligence and keep it simple. This is why we behave or probably critique or probably act out like this at times. Because our views are such different. Now, number 6, a red Indian, to distinguish the Native Americans, these are the new set of people, from inhabitants of India, is first attested in 1831. So this is just yesterday. In the British Carlisle, so that this is probably a play, but was not commonly used in North America. So when people are lula about red Indian and red mean ruddy and watch me, it never applied to us around here. You understand? Really. Them think they are movie script where them bring forward to confuse this thing. Now, we'll look at the definition of a noun in grammar. A noun is a name or word that denotes a thing, material or immaterial. And this is from the late 14th century. Now we'll look at adjective in its noun form. Word used to qualify, limit, or define a noun or noun-like part of speech. And this is the late 14th century. And we are talking about etymology. So if you don't know the English grammar or follow the rules of English grammar, when you read, it's hard to for you to really comprehend what is being presented without following the proper rules of English grammar. Like, for instance, when the government send you anything in all capital names, that all capital name is not you and cannot be you. You understand? It is a persona or a representation of you, and they need your consent to join you, to create joinder. Because by you signing a signature to anything these corporate entity present, then you give your consent. And usually it's always some adhesive contract or some form of hidden agreement being initiated, but it's unknown to you or unknown to us. Yeah, man. So I'm going to go even further and look at the American Dictionary of the English language, and we'll look at Indian. From India. Oh, this is the one where I have the close bracket, up and close bracket. Okay. From India, and this, from Indus, the name of a river in Asia. Now, this is the one we're in brackets, so I think we should make sure we not make a mess of things. Yeah, man, from India, and this from Indus, the name of a river in Asia. And now it's pertaining to either of the Indies, east or west. And this is Indian used as an adjective, pertaining to either of the Indies, east or west. Number 2, say Indian as a noun, a general name of any native of the Indies, as an East Indian or a West Indian. So I'm just putting East Indian for confuse us. Because again, if you're going to put East Indian, you have to say East Indian of Asia. And we already established it applies to the original native of the Americas, this term Indian. And then it's a general name of any native of the Indies as an East Indian or a West Indian. It is particularly, or specifically applied to any original native of the American continent. Of the American continent. Now, for most of our people, will look like I, will have issue with the comprehension of knowing, say, boy, this is us. Different variations of us, different nations of us. Babylon come and break us down into tribes. Tribes are just your household, and your household of a society which a nation. So if you hear them say Cherokee, it's not the Cherokee tribe. You get me? Members in the Cherokee nation have tribes. But it's a Cherokee nation, just like how we said the ahuuah Indian nation. And within the ahuuah Indian nation, the people establish them house, which is their tribe. Yeah, man. So, grassroots. It manifests right before your eyes, people. Nothing to do with the colonizers. Nothing to do with being an escaped slave, now called Maroons. Nothing to do with the Islamic Mohammedan religion. Nothing to do with the Arabs. Absolutely nothing to do with the Africans. everything to do with us originating where we are, the West Indian area, which consists of parts of southern United States, North America, parts of Mexico, and parts of northern South America, all the way down to Venezuela. And it includes all the islands. This is who we are, my people. This is how beautiful we are. This is how powerful we are. This is who they are trying to hide us from knowing. So them give we all kind of foreign corporate designation and withhold the truth from us as Indian. And next point again, we make a place emphasis is that again, please take notice of the word Indian used as a noun. So when a man call me or anyone say, yo, I'm an Indian, you understand? Yeah, I'm not even just a man. I'm an Indian. What kind of Indian? Ahuuah Indian. How can you associate ahuuah? We never hear of that before. Have you heard of Arawak? Well then, that's the variation. Because we not allow foreign man to put no labels on us. Yeah, man. We not accept it. This is why I cannot be a citizen of Jamaica. I cannot delegate absolutely no authority to the government of Jamaica under no circumstance. Yeah, man, it'll go against my spiritual live, my religious live, and my divine live. Because we are dealing with life. To interact into their foreign commercial law, choosing to vacate the common law of the land, engaging in the commercial law of the sea, then that's when, you're gonna know, say, boy, there is a difference. One is the law of the land, one is the law of the sea, one of substantive law, the other as procedural law being administrated by foreigners. Substantive law bring no harm. You don't need to look for no say you don't do no wrong to the ones. You don't need to read nothing for no say boy, You don't bring no hurt, no harm to no one, and you know destroy no one property, defraud no man, like all these attorneys are sell your house for you, and then you can't get a penny from the sale, and you can't get access to your house, defraud people. Yeah, man. So these are, us to share our information from our grassroots perspective in an effort to bring honorable clarification to the word or term being used called Indian. It not apply to no long stringy ear people from some foreign Eastern Hemispheric region. It doesn't belong to those people. Don't let them fool you. And do not let them school you. Yeah, man. Our mind, our brain, our heavens function exceptionally well. So we do give thanks. Yeah, man, we do give thanks. Boy, may I tell you, sir, there is a map here where I just love share this map here, brethren. I know. Is this the map? This is not even the one I'm want to show. This one is not clear, but yeah, man. We can look at where Florida is, right at this little borderline, all the way over to the left of where Florida going to the left there, which is from east to west, according to how we look at it. This is the Mississippi. If they had them do the research on the Mississippi River, they had them going to get another level of comprehension. And so we go all the way, I go back over any which part Texas, they and them area there, we affiliated. Because if we, they are so, and go all the way up to Lockport, Buffalo, New York, then you know we spread out. You know we're influential. Because we can start right here from Jamaica in the center of it all. And we spread all over the place. I love the map here because there is no depiction of no other else area but our area. You know, say no Africa nowhere, you know, say nowhere else but our area, West Indies, West Indian Dominion. And all of these people look like I, resemble I, some lighter shade, some darker shade. But how you know? It's the ear texture. It's the ear texture. Yeah, that help to determine your phenotype. And when you hear look like Jesus Christ, diacenus type of thing, then you know originate around here. You know Indian around here. You understand? Because there's only one set of people classified as Indian originally, and it's us. Take it or leave it. They them have some rotted location. You know the next. Let me see if I find it. I don't. Let me bring it forward another time. I forgot bring it forward the next time, you know. But the map there, when we just present, is a beautiful map. There them can find the map there. Because it come out of the Library of Congress. And especially the ones that were up on the mainland. Yeah, we American Indian were up on the mainland. Pull up the map there and match it up, man. Look at the wordings and the names, and you know, because we are one people, you know. It's the colonizers that bring the divide, you know, and the ones them were push the divides are the, you know, the biracial ones, you know, where the product of miscegenation, you know. These ones will look like us, but have a lot of biracial in them. Some of them not really like us. Period. Them is just here to mislead us, just like the Ishmaelites, the Arab types, who come with a Muslim religion. We round here, so we heal the great spirit. We heal nature. We never have nothing to do with what we are going with round there on that eastern side. We were always set apart, tucked away, until you come and disturb our environment by encroaching on our hemisphere, on our supercontinent. Anyway, step by step, free people. The brave may fall, but never yield, and we step bold and brave, firm and strong. Our walk in their nation, clarity, validity, yeah man, authenticity, complete gratitude, free people. Again, salute to our subscribers. Yeah man, and salute to our society, ahuuah in their nation. Now we're not going to see the importance of a seal, on a house seal. You know, it's a step-by-step process, people. And It's not like where anybody else has done out there. Pay attention. Nothing like what anybody else has done out there. This is our West Indian Dominion. This is our West Indian heritage. This is our West Indian ancestry. I ancestors is I, and I are my ancestors. Complete gratitude.